What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Alright, we're coming back to Love Bites. Yes, indeed. Love Bites fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity bop, do me a favor. Before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Hamish Alexander, and this is actually one of Hamish's 3 prioritized requests for the month of August for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, Hamish. I hope you enjoy the show, man. Hamish wanted to see me react to this song by Love Bites called Nameless Warrior. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, hang on, I have heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Love Bites. Yes, surprise, surprise. And the video has 517,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. A link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Love Bites, Nameless Warrior music video. It doesn't say official music video, but it is still coming off their page. So I don't know. I'm not sure. I guess we'll have to just wait and see what happens and hope for the best. But at least it doesn't say official. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Compilation footage.
This is it, living out of the destiny to find my doubt. Place I read in chaos. I'm myself, I'm ready to take that step into enemies. Been giving up. What do you feel?
Cymbal chokes were nice. Hate to say it, the video almost looks fan-made. It almost looks like a fan made this. They just took a bunch of live footage and stock footage from various music videos and backlog catalog stuff and behind the scenes stuff and slapped it together in a sequence. I mean, it looks good, don't get me wrong, but I mean, it just, you know, if you're asking me, are they playing live in here? Give me a break, seriously. Couple of things that stand out to me. I mean, going into the chorus, before the chorus, the lead in for the chorus, Haruna with those cymbal chokes, man. Dot, 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 dot. Man, really tight on those cymbal chokes. Really, really tight. Really well done. Asami's vocals, singing in that lower register, surprisingly good. A lot of times when people sing higher or lower than their usual range or usual comfort zone, it has a tendency to sometimes get a little weak, a little breathy, and that was not the case here. Her lower register sounded really good, actually. Everything else is sitting for par, you know, as far as like the guitar playing, bass playing, they're exactly where I expect them to be. Remember, they have set a very high bar for themselves with me. The level of, here's the word, okay? I know people get upset when I say that, okay, but here's what it really comes down to. I can sum it all up in one word: expectation. They have set a certain level of expectation now. I expect shreddy guitar solos. I expect pinpoint accuracy. I expect a high degree of musicianship. So if they don't do that, that's a problem. You know what I mean? But they're hitting for par so far. Everything sounds good. Everything is doing exactly what I expect from them, and I expect nothing less. So they are definitely doing a great job so far. I've got to adjust this mouse. Let's keep going. Double kick. Good lord. I hate to pause in the middle, but I think I heard something. I need to go back. I need to double check something. I was right. Okay. Let's pause there. Back up a bit. Okay, I hate the pause in the middle of guitar solos. I do. But I heard something and I was like, I need to make sure that I'm hearing what I hear before I say anything. So I had to go back and listen. And I'm glad I did because my suspicions were confirmed. The guitar solo felt like it was broken up into 3 parts. The first part, okay. The guitar solo, it's not really a guitar solo, it's a guitar duo. The entire thing was a guitar duo. But the first part of it was not a guitar duo. It was guitar and keyboard. That's what I was like. I hear something off. Something doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound like picking because it wasn't picking. I have a feeling Midori was playing guitar, and I have a feeling Miyako was playing keyboard. Now, whether that was a keyboard or a keytar, I don't know. I've seen her do both. So I suspect keyboard with guitar because you could hear the keyboard being used. It wasn't picking. You couldn't hear the picking in the other voice. It was keyboard instead. Now, the second part, it switched to dual guitars, 2 guitars. So you had Miyako switching off of the keyboard onto the guitar with Midori. And then the same thing with the third part. I wasn't sure about the third part, but I was listening to it, and it's all picking. It's all picking, just like the second part. So yeah, nice work on both of their parts. Sounded really good. Liked what I heard. Really nice job from both. Haruna, man, dear Lord, her drumming is just that double kick has been nonstop. It has been absolutely nonstop. It never ceases to amaze me. Here's the funny thing. I've heard it dozens of times now on the channel. I've heard, I was like, almost not every song, but a good majority of the songs I've heard from Love Bites. Her double kick is just going. And I know it's nothing new, but it never ceases to amaze me. Just how good her double kick is, man. It really is. Let's keep going here. You can hear the keyboard there. Sure. Okay. So that just happened. Nice song. Really nice song. I'm not sure how this is going to go. I need to think about this. There's a couple of things. There's a couple of things I need to think about and kind of put into perspective. So give me a few minutes to think about it. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Love Bites with Nameless Warrior. This was a request from Hamish Alexander. And this was actually one of Hamish's 3 prioritized requests for the month of August for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, Hamish. I hope you enjoyed the show, man. Okay. I thought about it. I really did. I put a lot of thought into this. And I thought there was 2 things I had to take into consideration, but really one of them was just really irrelevant and really didn't matter at all. The other one is kind of a big deal. And I had to really kind of take things and put them in perspective and really analyze how I was going to approach this, number 1. And number 2, how much of an impact it was going to have on the score. And it did have an impact on the score. And we're going to talk about it. I promise. We're going to talk about everything. Okay. Let's start with the score. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that an 8.7. Yep. 8.7. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay. Let's start with the songwriting. Extensive. This was definitely a longer song for them. It was like, what was it? 6 minutes and some odd seconds. Something it was like 6:19. Okay, so it was 6 minutes and 19 seconds. Yeah, definitely a longer song. And okay, I'm gonna be honest with you, folks. It felt like 6 minutes and 19 seconds. It did. It felt long. Now, it didn't feel like it dragged on for like 9 minutes or 10 minutes or something like that. It wasn't like I was sitting there watching the clock going, oh, good Lord, when is this going to be over? No, that wasn't the case. But at the same time, the time didn't fly by, and I was like, oh, that was 6 minutes? Oh my gosh, that felt like 4, you know? That wasn't the case. No, this hit for par. It felt like 6 minutes because it was 6 minutes, okay? That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. It's when it drags on. That's when it starts getting bad. Because I'm bored. I was never bored here. No, they definitely hit for par across the board. All the expectations were met. So that those high expectations that they set, they met them. They didn't exceed them, but they met them. So that's good. Okay, we're off to a good start. Now, as far as the songwriting goes, everything made sense. Verse, pre-chorus, chorus. Yep, great. Verse, pre-chorus, chorus again. Great. Guitar solos. Now, if I'm being honest, and this is just a personal feel from me. And this is the thing that I was like, is this gonna impact the score? No, it's not gonna impact the score. It's not gonna impact the score at all. This is nothing. You know, it really, in the long scope of things, is really nothing. If I'm being honest, I personally feel like the guitar solos were a bit overdone. Splitting it into 3 parts the way they did, I think that was very smart. But if I'm being honest with you guys, the third part really was not necessary. The first part, I like what they did. Having, I believe Midori was playing guitar and Miyako was playing keyboard. I don't think it's the other way around. I don't know if Midori knows how to play keyboard. But I know Miyako does. And it was guitars and keys. That was really nice. It was really cool hearing the two work together with that. And it threw me off, if I'm being honest, because I went back, I had to go back and check because I heard it and I'm like, that sounds like keyboard. But I'm not 100% sure. So let's go back and double check before I say something inaccurate. And I went back and I listened. Yeah, that's definitely keyboard. Keyboard and guitar working together. Really nice. Sounded really good. Then they did the next part, part 2, dueling guitars, the harmonizing guitars. One of their big signatures. Right up there with Glenn and KK, man. I compare these two ladies to them, and I do that with the absolute utmost respect because when it comes to dueling guitars, that's honestly the first pair that comes to mind for me is Glenn and KK from Judas Priest. I always loved hearing those two harmonize together. And Love Bites takes that to the next level. They take what Glenn and KK used to do and they crank it up even faster and even harder, which I really appreciate. No, Midori and Miyako really know how to play well together. Now, the third part. This is where I'm having a bit of an issue. Personally, I don't feel like that third part really did anything for the song. I really don't feel like it really added anything. It was just basically a continuation of the second part. It's like, well, if it's not going to do anything to help increase the value of the song, then why have it in there? It just felt like it was like 20 seconds that were completely unnecessary. But that's just me. That's just me personally. I liked everything else that they did in the solos. It's just the second part was real. I mean, the first part was really good. Second part I thought was even better. And then the third part was just like, why? You know? So that's just me. That's just me. What really, the things that really stood out to me, for me personally, the drumming, once again, Haruna, dear Lord, that little munchkin and her, good Lord, her ability to get that double kick going is just amazingly fast. And amazingly, more important than being amazingly fast, it's amazingly consistent. Like, you can bank on it. You can bank on her double kick being right on time. You know, just absolutely super tight. And she delivers every single time. She really does. I like her cymbal chokes too at the beginning, right before they went into the chorus. She had those cymbal chokes tight, man. Really, really well done. The other thing that really stood out for me, honestly, were Asami's vocals. Her vocals aren't always the high point for me, but in this song, I think they were. Starting on that lower register the way that she did, I liked it. I absolutely did. I thought it was a really nice job on her part. And the reason being is because it didn't get thin and it didn't get weak and it didn't sound like she was struggling to get down there. No, she got down into a lower register. I don't think I've ever heard her sing that low before. I don't think I have. I may have. I just may not remember. But getting down the way that she did, man, it sounded really good. I was actually pretty impressed with that. And then when she came back up into her comfortable register, it was no transition needed, man. She just went right into it. And then, of course, there was the last note that she hit, getting up super high out of nowhere with no setup whatsoever, just belted it. And I was like, wow, okay, there it is. There's the rub. No, this was a great song. It is a great song. I absolutely enjoyed it. No, I feel good with that score. I think that is absolutely the score that this song deserves. That 8.7, very well deserved, and that is where we're gonna stay. So, 8.7, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's gonna do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, that did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.